Hello, a very good evening and a warm welcome into a cool spring evening in Spokane, Washington. One Spokane Stadium where Zephyr gets set to take on DC Power, match day 23 in the Gainbridge Super League. Alongside Jade Barquette, Andre Cordero, thrilled to have you with us as Spokane coming off of one of their most comprehensive wins of this season. That's enough to get just outside of the postseason picture for now. 25 points leaves them 4 back of Dallas Trinity. Dallas holding on to the last postseason berth. And DC Power not far behind despite their 1-0 defeat to Carolina, just 2 points behind Spokane with a game in hand. So a massive 3 points up for grabs for both the hosts and visitors. We'll mention Spokane coming off of a big win. They beat Brooklyn 3-0 last week, Saturday. Reese Tappan got the opener before Fontenot and Zierenberg took over. One of their biggest wins, if not the biggest, this season.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was those 3 different goal scorers that just took over this game for Spokane, and their head coach Nicole Lucas said the pieces are just finally falling into place for this team. You can see them all working together at different levels, and it's really brought out a different side of the Spokane side.
Found a lot of joy out in the wide areas, and it was because of these 2 players, Fontenot and Zierenberg, with a goal and an assist each in the match.
The way that they work off each other on both sides, the right and the left side, the way they get into the box, Zierenberg can create those runs, Fontenot feeding her, and vice versa. It's a powerful duo here in the Gainbridge Super League.
And you can make it a trio if you add Silano, their top scorer, had an assist in that match, and she leads all goal scorers for Spokane this season. Well, DC Power coming off a result that was less than the performance they put up against Carolina, a 1-0 defeat on Tuesday, so now on short rest as they make the cross-country trip.
Definitely disappointed that they weren't able to get 3 points there against Carolina, but this team has dug themselves into holes, said their head coach Omid Namazi, but they find a way to continue to steal points from teams and face adversity well. They say they don't buck at the opportunities to create chances in games. They have to be able to finish those opportunities in adverse situations.
Loza Vera, an absolute threat. Alyssa Walker, who's just signed from Carolina as well. But one of the players who's really impressed, Deja Torbert, has been a constant threat on the wing.
Always is. She hunts for goals, hunts for the ball, will run through players to get it, and she's sneaky on the outside of back lines as well. She'll wait for the ball to be played and exploit them with her speed up top.
Couple of goals and 1 assist on the season for her. We are just moments from kickoff at One Spokane Stadium. It's Spokane Zephyr and at DC Power, and it gets underway next on Peacock.
Caitlin Clark, amazing at assists. Gainbridge, the ultimate assist for your savings. But ever since they teamed up, she's taken assisting to a whole new level. Caitlin Clark, great at assists. Gainbridge, great at assists for your savings.
Welcome back. A live look inside of One Spokane Stadium as Gainbridge Super League match day 23 continues. Spokane hosting DC Power. Here's a look at the starting lineups. We begin with the host as Nicole Lukic makes just one change from the starting lineup from that win over Brooklyn. It's the return of captain Sarah McCoy, and she slots in alongside Reese Tappin at the back.
Well, you mentioned Lena Solano earlier in the open, and she leads this team in both goals and assists. Her movement off the ball and possession is what makes her such a great 9. She creates that space for her wingers to really work in behind her, and then she'll dictate the press with how she moves in her body to bring the people behind her to really trap them and try to win the ball higher up the pitch.
And Charlie Boone, who started the last game, starts this one on the bench. Meanwhile, for Omid Namasi and DC Power, 3 changes from Tuesday night's 1-0 loss to Carolina. Kiki Maki signed 2 days ago and now makes her professional debut, replacing Constant to partner the captain Sydney Cummings. Lexi Fraley and Elisa Walker both get the nod, replacing Val Parada and Gianna Gorley.
And what a way to start your pro career for Kiki there at the back line. She played college at Virginia, and the timing of her tackles is what I want to see tonight. It was beautiful to watch her in college just cut off attackers and be able to get her body in front of them. It's going to be huge against this Spokane offense tonight.
McKenna Gottschalk, the former Fort Lauderdale goalkeeper, gets her 3rd start. Here then, the keys to the game, presented by Ford.
For Spokane, they just needed to continue to be creative in the final third. Nicole Lukic says that her team has the ability to make changes in the run of play of how they go at teams. She wants to be able to see that more in this game against DC. And then on the other side, can DC convert the chances they're creating to goals? They were disappointed with their matching against Carolina because they had so many opportunities and couldn't convert. That's something they're going to want to fix tonight.
So Gianna Gorley has gone on a little bit of a goal drought. She'll have fresh legs if and when she comes on to this contest, as Alyssa Walker will lead the line for DC Power. And Spokane get us underway. The team from the Lilac City wearing the lilac kits and moving from right to left on your screen. Alongside Jade Barkett, I'm Dre Cordero. A joy to have you with us on this Gainbridge Super League match day. 2 teams finding decent form. For DC Power trying to turn that form into better results, as they stand 2 points back of Spokane, both sides just outside of the playoff line heading into this postseason push. Here's Abera driving forward. Jaskiniak allowed to settle a little comfortably. So Sarah McCoy returns to the back line after coming in off the bench in the 3-0 win over Brooklyn. Jaskiniak. Colton, energetic start. Euler, attack-minded fullback Euler, and often you'll see her building play from this near side.
She will work tirelessly up and down that flank, just trying to get into the attack as much as she can, but she has the fitness level to work back into the back line as well if they do lose the ball higher up the pitch.
Found those passes intercepted. Power FC heading back the other way. Loza Abera popping up in all sorts of places. Abera finds Colton on this near side. It's well worked. And Solano into the 18. Where Fraley was on the receiving end, and that's going to lead to a first corner kick of the match. This is the ICCU Corner Kick, your financial success fan club.
DC off to a good start right now. Both teams just trying to gain possession of the ball. DC wins that one, earns himself a corner early on in this game.
So it's Emily Colton. Played short. Dropped in Abera, the intended target, and does win it. Colton. Fraley. Working here against Zierenberg is Lexi Fraley. Just creating a moment of separation. Colton briefly, but she was troubled just enough by Zierenberg. Shot from distance by Fraley into the waiting hands of Hope Heisey. Well, tonight's injury report is brought to you by Kinetic Chiropractic, a modern approach to chiropractic care. Natalie Vigiano, a long-term absentee for Spokane. Bedoya and Tioret also absent for DC. So too is the goalkeeper, Wojdelko.
DC has just dealt with a lot this year. They haven't really found any consistency in their scoring up top. You've mentioned Gianna Gorley, who's not out due to injury, but just has been on a scoring drought. She hasn't scored in 6 matches. Loza Barrow, someone that you've mentioned earlier, has scored a goal in the last 2 out of 3 matches, the ones at Brooklyn and then against Dallas just a week ago. She's really had to drive the offense for DC because Gorley has been a little bit stagnant in the way that she's tried to create chances in her finishing on goal. They're a team that is just hunting for that first goal and that first opportunity to put themselves ahead. And then can they maintain that lead against the Spokane side, who's flying high with those 3 different goal scorers in their game against Brooklyn?
Yeah, Vera had goals in back-to-back games for the first time in her DC career against Brooklyn and Dallas. And finds a couple of ways to score. Sometimes the bit just disjointed and just finds a loose ball inside of the 18 and cleans up. Goes all the way back to the Gottschalk, but a foul whistled in midfield. Ginger Fontenot assisted the 2-0 and scored the 3-0 against Brooklyn. Reese Tappan, fresh off first goal of the season. She opened the scoring against Brooklyn. Fondo dispossessed. This is Alyssa Walker starting deep in her own half. Now Abera. Touched out by Justina Gaynor. Tappan. Breakthrough lines. Jaskinek was the intended target that time. Abera applying the pressure here, and Tappan retreats.
DC just doing a really good job of closing any gaps that Spokane is trying to play through right now. Even though they are in their own half defensively, they're not allowing that to make them panic. They're pushing to the ball and squeezing those spaces so Spokane can play through. Spokane, a more direct style of play team. They're wanting to get it into the attack as fast as they can and keep it there. DC maintaining the pressure well.
This is the captain Cummings, who rolls it all the way back for Gottschalk. Good pressure applied, as you mentioned, by Spokane. Zierenberg with her back to goal. Sophia Braun, Argentina international, who pulls the strings in midfield for Spokane. Tappan. Well anticipated by Bagley, who jumps into the passing lane. This ball is just blasted forward, catapulted into space. Only hope Heisey is there to collect. Interesting in possession how Braun will drop in between the 2 center backs to create a back 3, playing out of the back.
And that just allows the midfield for Spokane to open up a little bit more, with Jaskinek kind of wanting to play higher up the pitch. Braun just allowing herself to come in and allow the space and movement for her midfield to open up. Gives them this.
By Zierenberg. Fontenot making the run in across now. Solano for Zierenberg at the edge of the area. Fontenot, who's playing on the right wing, has come all the way to this near side. Now Euler. Solano is closed down by Bagley. Squeezes her cross in. Power FC defense is up to the task. They've given that away to Braun. Fontenot laying it off. It's Solano now, square back. Ginger Fontenot is denied by Cummings, not once but twice, as the Power FC captain comes up big.
And Spokane right there was just patient in the way they were trying to pick out which opportunity was going to be best for them. You saw Lena Solano, the 9, just shift to the outside and allow Fontenot to have that space in the central part of the 18-yard box. And the unselfishness between the 2 of them, it was kind of a you take it, no, you take it type of ball. But Fontenot found herself just having a little bit more space, and if she had just a window, that was guaranteed to go in. Credit to DC's back line. They're staying patient and not getting separated in that moment, staying together tightly.
It's a big ask for the newcomer, Kikimaki, making her pro debut, starting off her professional career after 4 years at Virginia. basically still learning your teammates' names, and now you're asked to partner Cummings in that back line. And one of the more difficult road trips you'll have just by sheer way of travel this season.
She didn't even need to unpack anything. Just pack her bag for the trip.
Here's Zierenberg. It's going back by Gaynor. Strong by Gaynor in the middle. And she draws the foul against Jaskiniak. "25 points on the season for Spokane. They've won 6. Half of that has come at home. They've picked up 10 of a possible 24 points. Fighting for control. This is kept in by Mackey. Cummings. Direct approach this time from DC Power. The long ball played into space. And that'll result in a corner kick. We'll scan now, and you can win one of 20 unique restaurant discounts. Thank you to Caruso's, The Burger Dock, Flat Stick Pub, Casa Tap House, Canola, People's Waffle, and Method Juice Cafe.
ICCU corner kick, your financial success vanguard.
So this ICCU corner kick for Emily Colton to deliver. Slightly overcooked. It's settled now. Loza Bear on her left. Didn't need a second invitation, but she skies her effort.
That ball long, floating in the box. And Bear didn't even need a prep touch. She just took the opportunity and time that she had to at least get the shot off. Yes, going wide, or yes, going high, but the ease in which it comes off of her foot.
Obin Damasi took over in July of 2025. Wealth of experience. Domestic and international football. As that ball is played out by Spokane, and DC Power can continue to apply the pressure. Crosses in toward the penalty spot. A real scramble inside of the 18. Zierenberg happy to get it away. Here's Mackey. Fraley in the battle with Euler. Strong to win possession from Lexi Fraley. Page. Fraley, perhaps in concentration. She was looking downfield before she'd controlled. Sophia Braun, now tapping. Spokane just trying to draw DC Power out of that defensive posture. They'll play it long. For Euler on the wing, settled by Zierenberg. Dispossessed by Colton. First touches for Torbert. Taking up a slightly deeper position when they're out of possession. DC Power, Torbert is far away from goal when they won that ball back.
Yeah, absolutely. They're definitely allowing Spokane to gain the ball higher up the pitch and then have that confrontation line.
So it's lifted over the top and gathered by Gottschalk.
And have that confrontation line more towards the halfway line of the field. And that can condense the area and not allow them, when they do win the ball, to have that transition moment and that expansive shape. They're going to be stuck inside themselves until they just regain possession of the ball. But Spokane on the other end, they're doing a good job of pressing when they do lose it to regain it in DC's own half.
Here's Torbert.
When you have your winger all the way, honestly, on your back line, that's not going to allow you to have a lot of creative opportunities higher up the pitch.
It's a nice ball out of the back by Mackey for Alexi Fraley to chase in a real battle with Euler, and Euler draws the foul. Free kick for Spokane.
Owen Damazi said that this was going to be a physical game. Spokane very hard-nosed in their tackles, will try to win everything that they can. His team coming to play here against Spokane on their home field.
Five wins on the season for DC Power, and 4 of those have been on their travels. Picked up 15 of a possible 30 points on the road. A respectable 15 goals scored away from home.
That's massive. It's not something that you normally see, and this one across country for DC, they're wanting to make it worthwhile.
It's a lovely switch, trying to find Sophia Braun in the middle. Abera now. Torbert with space and time to consider what's around her. Harassed by Zierenberg. It'll be a DC Power throw in the end. So tick toward a quarter of an hour in. Spokane 0, DC Power 0. Quickly in for Fraley. Good defensive effort from Zierenberg, but Fraley drives across in, back post, nudged down into the 6 and gathered up by Hope Heisey. Alyssa Walker providing the aerial threat.
What an opportunity here for DC. Walker just floating on that back line, separates from her defender to get the header off, but it's going to be hard to score on Hope Heisey. She leads the league in saves with 63, is the reigning goalkeeper of the year in the league. And she is just a shot stopper like no other. DC going to have to be creative in the ways that they go at her in the box.
Fontenot dispossessed, the ball trickles out to Walker. Cummings, Gainer. Good pressure applied by Fontenot, who finds Zierenberg. Zierenberg goes for goal. It bounces over the goalkeeper, and that could have been a goal of the year nominee. Just offline in the end.
And what an opportunity for Spokane. And again, it's the pressure that they continue to put on DC. Felicia Knox just picks this ball up off the chest, takes one look over, tries to get Gottschalk off her line.
Felicia Knox, the former Fort Lauderdale United player, nearly opens the scoring in sensational fashion. Braun. Tapping. Starting to get settled in possession now, Spokane. Good ball forward, here's Knox. Braun checks her shoulder before the ball arrives. Marked by Loza Berra. Five Spokane players up top. Long ball, looking for Jaskinek. Was overcooked. Look at the numbers that they put up on the edge of the 18-yard box. There's Nicole Lukic. This winter break serving as something of a preseason for her, having taken over the middle of the fall season and a chance to work on a few tactical things and regroup ahead of the spring campaign. Which led to one of their biggest wins of the season last time out, where they looked as coherent and as positive and energetic as they have all season.
Yeah, when she took over this group, she just really was trying to figure out how to bring that competitive spirit out of her team and really just focusing on the attention to detail within her squad, and they've done that.
Zierenberg's running onto it. Zierenberg will get there, squared back, and dealt with by Cummings, but the offside flag came up.
And that's the creativity in which Spokane can attack. We've seen it from them picking balls off from DC. This time Zierenberg just finds herself on the outside. And Fontenot, again, instrumental in how they attack. Knox just slips this one right through. And then she might have been a hair off sides, but you had Solano driving in the box as well. the way that they move within each other is so fluid. That's something that Nicole Lukic has worked on since she's got here. And like she said to us after that Brooklyn game, the pieces are just falling together for this team.
Often when a new coach takes over, the first thing they do is try and simplify and work on the defensive side of the ball. You get compact lines, try not to concede, build a solid base, and from there let the players evolve naturally into an attacking style. We're starting to see Spokane come out of their shell.
And something that she told us too is that this team's so coachable. They want to soak up all the information that she wants to give them, and vice versa from them to her as well, and how they can work best together. And that pairing creates some good soccer.
Paige Almendares. Alyssa Walker with her back to goal, a long way from goal. Colton is tripped up by Euler, wins a free kick for Power FC. Windermere Foundation is thrilled to welcome our charity of the month. It's more than a home, it's a way to give back. Please visit our site at thewindermerefoundation.co. That's given away to the waiting Fontenot. Working now against Paige, waiting for help to arrive. Good defensive effort by Paige Almendares. Now Walker with options to either side. Fraley on the near side as Ibarra continues her run. Lexi Fraley forced to hit the brakes. Colton. There's been plenty involved in this early going. Colton always solving some tactical puzzles on this near side. Here she is again, taking up a wide area. Dancing with Jaskinek. Bagley. Tracked closely by Zarenberg. Bagley delivers the cross to the near post, and Heisey there waiting to collect.
And it's the 1v1 duels on the wing that are really going to be the difference in this game. Both teams like to put the ball in and cross it from the outside, but just the defensive battle between Spokane and the creativity from DC to try to get around them is something that we're going to be seeing this entire match.
Tappan. Lifted into the middle. Solano settles. Well, she wanted it back from Zarenberg, who didn't see her. And Cummings has come a long way out from that back line and commits the foul. Two players that started every game this season for DC Power, Sydney Cummings, along with Gianna Gorley, so no longer. In fact, before the last two rounds, there were three players who had started every game. Alexis Thioret, Gianna Gorley, and Cummings. Cummings now stands alone.
And she's the leader of that back line, the steady, strong, calm, cool, and collected on the ball, but knows how to impose her team's personality off of it. She's the vocal leader for them. She's been the big help in creating this team's culture on the field, and with that pairing of Kiki next to her in her first start, that's going to be a duo that we are probably going to see more often here with DC. And if Sid can teach Kiki the things that she needs to know and how they can work together, that can be a very powerful duo at the back line for DC. Not a lot going to get past those two.
The cleanest of touches from Lexi Fraley and given back to Spokane. Coy knocks a one-time pass out wide. This is the ICCU Corner Kick, your financial success fan club.
And the first one for Spokane in this match. They've had most of the opportunities, but have not had a corner.
It's Kelsey Euler over to take. It's short, it's a good ball delivered into the heart of the area. Cummings dealt with it. Sarah McCoy trying to send it back in. And Power FC looking for space now to counterattack. Colton. Bagley. Little space for Gaynor. Is driven into space now. Lexi Fraley has moved over to the left flank and just runs out of room. Offside flag comes up against Lexi Fraley.
And a massive opportunity there for DC to try to create an offensive attack against Spokane, who were all up for the corner kick. Deja Torbert was, again, off of that back line, just waiting, had plenty of time and space. If they would have slipped that ball to her, she would have had a better angle than Fraley, who was trailing on that left side.
DC Power out shooting Spokane 6-3, but not high percentage shots as of yet from either side. In fact, you could argue that Felicia Knox lob over the top was the best chance to break the deadlock from either team.
I agreed.
Comes Spokane once more. Jastinek intended. It's cut out by DC Power. You mentioned, we've seen a DC Power side that's happy to try and limit the space close to their own goal and break out on the counter with long balls over the top and down the wings. And Spokane giving them a taste of their own medicine this time. Fontenot on the near side. It's just cut out by Anna Bagley. Gives away a corner.
And that's a difference right now. When Spokane is playing that ball over the top, they're quickly trying to get into the box. For DC, you see Felicia Knox one-time ball into Ginger Fontenot, takes one touch and tries to play that around to Solano, who was running there. She also had an opportunity to take that shot herself. On the other hand, for DC, when they try to play the ball forward, they don't have the numbers to create an opportunity yet.
This is the ICCU corner kick, your financial success fan club. Taken by Braun. Here's Zarenberg, lifted it near post. Fondo, tap in. Jaskinek redirects, goal bound, spilled and gathered up by Gottschalk and holds on in the end.
And what an opportunity here for Spokane. That never back down attitude. Reese Tappan just in and around the box. They could not get the ball on the ground, but all Emma Jaskinek needed was an opportunity. Tried to flick this one in. Gottschalk with the reaction save right there on the line. And they just continue to push the pace, right? They never want to leave the box until that ball is either in the back of the net or it's cleared away. And you had Haley Thomas right there trying to crash as well.
This time from long distance into the waiting hand of Gottschalk. Tell you what, I don't know what the XG was on either Knox's or Jaskinek's efforts, but I do know that aesthetically it would have been sensational goals. Well, elite minds, unlock your mind, unlock your game. Visit our website today.
Both of those opportunities from Felicia Knox earlier and then Jaskinek right there on that corner kick were just gritty type of goals. They see different opportunities. Jaskinek just tried to flick it with the back of her foot into the goal.
Improvisational.
Yes, and Felicia Knox with a little look and a flick over to Gottschalk.
Euler dispossessed.
It shows the freedom in which they're playing with right now.
I got Colton driving at the defense now, has Loza Berra up top looking for Alyssa Walker. Haley Thomas scrambled back. Now Spokane turning defense into attack. Played into space for Jaskinek. Cummings has it covered. And not taking any risks. Didn't know what was behind her. We'll just put it out. Tori Zierenberg. This is Euler. Long ball looking for Jaskinik now. Maki. Page has Torbert. It's a good combination to release Page. Loza Bera, hint of an offside. The flag has stayed down. Now it's up. Bera, just a bit of a head start. She's caught offside. Combining with Jaskinik. Zierenberg with space to run onto. Torbert chasing her down. This is Euler now. Cross delivered back post. A wonderful ball met by Fontenot, who could not redirect on target. But what a buildup from Spokane.
And that's the creativity of what we were talking about Euler. We were talking about earlier. Euler from the back line comes all the way up to cross this ball, and I thought that from our angle looked like it might go in from the cross. Fontenot threatening on that back post to try to redirect it in. They're just throwing numbers forward at DC, who's done a pretty good job of maintaining the pressure, but when you have bodies just consistently running at your goal, it's hard to maintain that level of composure, and they've done well with it so far.
Well, there was a tough angle in the end for Ginger Fontenot, but you're seeing the variety of attack from Spokane. It's not one way to go about it. Whether it's long balls or deliberate build-up, exploiting the wings with the likes of Euler. Half an hour played, no breakthrough yet at One Spokane Stadium. Fraley forced to come all the way back. Heisey was hesitant and maybe got away with it, allowing that ball to bounce dangerously in front of a dangerous striker in Obera.
And right in between both of the center backs as well.
A lot of ball watching.
When your goalkeeper's coming out like that, you want to allow her the space to take the ball because she's making that move. But also center back, you have to protect the ball and the forward that's right there.
Maybe a failure in communication as well, as Heisey has to make her voice known there. DC power ball swung in, and Heisey deals with the threat. Power FC would like to see more of that, more of an attacking presence from Deja Torbert. Here's Braun. Fontenot working against Page. Torbert. Obera. Actually, Fraley opened up her run to stay on side. Isolated now near side against Euler. And Euler stands her ground expertly. COR Institute, your wellness playground. Good look at Nicole Lukic.
We talked about how she took over this team mid-season and didn't really know what to expect with this squad. They've also added 2 new assistant coaches to the staff, so they are a full staff. Gabby Alfaro, assistant coach, and Coach Nicole Lukic knew her before coming into this team, but Chris Lewis, their new goalkeeper coach, she was not familiar with, but has said that they've molded so well together, give each other honest feedback.
Here's Deja Torbert on her left. Heisey able to palm it wide. And DC Power growing into this game, starting to look more dangerous, especially with the ball at the feet of Torbert.
You never know what can happen when the ball gets on Deja Torbert's foot. She just picks the ball over the top, one touch around Braun, and then just uses her body to keep it in front of her, controlling with that one touch. It was such a beautiful prep touch for herself as she gets this one out of the air and then takes one touch, one look up. Again, it's going to be hard to score on Hope Heisey, and the more that they try to break her down.
Colton delivers, back post, Walker off balance, goal kick. Heisey to get us restarted. Here's Elisa Walker. Colton in between the lines. Played wide for Fraley. Crosses on with players waiting to meet it at the back post. Elisa Walker catches the wrong side of the net. But suddenly the pitch tilted in the direction of Hope Heisey.
And DC has taken sort of the momentum from this game. Fraley, who has been active all half, just clips this one over the back, and it almost looked like Walker had that one. She had the open goal. Hope Heisey was out of position, and just a mistimed header from Alyssa Walker's the difference.
Throw for Spokane. That's given away to Walker. Abera now. Gaynor. It's been a prolonged spell of chances and possession for Power FC. Now Fontenot back the other way for Spokane, lifted into the area. Over the head of Zierenberg. Gottschalk there to control. Lumberbeard Brewing is proud to be the preferred craft brewery partner of USL Spokane. Visit our downtown tasting room for expertly brewed craft beer and food at 25 East 3rd Avenue, open 7 days a week. It's Bagley who sends that one back. Jaskinik, strong from Torbert. Colton, it's a lovely turn to get away from two defenders and finds Fraley near side. Fraley looking for help, and a foul's going to be whistled against Euler. She extends the arms.
And I'm loving the battle between those two tonight. Fraley has gotten the ball so much out there on the wing, and Euler has been all over her. Both sides have been trading successes, whether Fraley gets by Euler or Euler makes the tackle. That one maybe a little bit of a frustration moment by Kelsey with the shove.
Here's Colton measuring up. Just one on the wall for Hope Heisey. Walker, Avera, Torbert all waiting for service. Lifted in, back post, a good delivery. Slapped away by Heisey. Jasinik avoids a throw. Oh, they have really grown into the half, Power FC. Torbert now, out wide, driving at the Spokane defense. All level in shots, 9 apiece. Fairly close on shots on target, 4-3. And the quality of the shots has been fairly even as well. Spokane with expected goals of .86. DC Power with unexpected goals of .79, so not a lot to separate two teams that are level as we tick toward the halftime break.
And it started off Spokane being the aggressors in this game, but as the half has gone on, DC has really grown into this match, and yes, still allowing Spokane to build out, but when they are gaining the ball back in possession, they're attacking earlier and using the numbers they do have in the attacking half to try and create opportunities. You're seeing Deja Torbert not sit in her own half as much. Loza Abera just allowing one more person to get into the game and then turn forward.
Promising build-up now. Torbert won't get there in time. Select the official match ball supplier of the Gainbridge Super League and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Possession also split about 50-50 between these two teams. It's mostly Spokane early on, mostly Power FC now. Alyssa Walker. Loza Abera, her back to goal. Walker now. Sprayed in behind for Fraley to run onto, and that battle continues with Euler. It's given as a goal kick. Mark one down for Euler.
Yeah. And that one almost got through her. She was a little bit higher from the line, and Fraley just used her speed to try to get around her, but Euler and the positioning with which she took up when she was recovering just allowed her to shield that ball out. And a tight call.
Tactical stalemate at the moment in Spokane, Washington, but captivating matchup nonetheless. Who will provide the breakthrough? Here's Torbert. Lifted in, looking for Walker, a more direct approach this time. Abera nearly wins it. Jaskinek takes it away. Fontenot to the races. She's tripped up, and this should provide the game's first yellow. The referee, Caitlin Townbridge, taking a lenient view of it. It's the captain, Cummings, who commits the foul. Oh, it does provide the yellow card.
And again, that's what you're going to get from Sid Cummings. Had to come in and make that tackle with Ginger Fontenot threatening on the outside. She's saying it was all ball and the deflection was going to be actually a throw-in for DC, but it looked like Fontenot had touched it, and then that tackle was made.
Second yellow card this season for the Power FC captain. Ball flighted into the heart of the area. Cummings rising to meet it. Deals with the threat. Zierenberg has her ball cut out. With a little back heel. Settled now. Haley Thomas wins another corner kick now for Spokane. This is the ICCU corner kick, your financial success fan club. This will be corner number 3 for Spokane. Short by Braun. Flighted in Euler, good and fighting cross of the back post. It was Thomas who was closest to it for Spokane.
And they just pulled DC out there with that short option. Euler just floating that ball to the back post. Sophia Braun actually was unmarked right in front of Haley Thomas there. The ball just went a little bit higher than she could reach it.
Knox nearly winning it back. Gainer absorbed the challenge from Jaskinek. Cummings now. Page. It's a difficult ball for Walker from Cummings, but took a kind bounce for Page. A long ball for Fraley on the near side, and she's forced to adjust. Euler picks her pocket. Zierenberg. Game is opened up the late stages of this opening half. A through ball. It's intercepted by Gaynor. Playing it safe, maybe a little too safe. She's giving the ball back to Spokane, deep in Power FC territory. Solano with her back to goal. She'd love to get more involved in this game. Slipped through nicely and cut out. It's Paige Almendarez, who was there to break up Spokane's play. Throw again for the waiting Solano. Rinse and repeat. Once more Solano working against Gaynor, trying to lay it off for Jaskinek. This is Abera in possession. Trying to triangulate out of the back. And that's a little heavy for Lexi Fraley on this near side.
And she's got to get as high and as wide as she can as quickly as possible. That's the second time that her team has tried to find her in that wide area, but she's been so pinched in because they're trying to defend and then shift to attack so quickly. She doesn't have the time to get fully wide, but when she can, she has to. Her team wants to play that ball over the top to her.
This is Zierenberg. Last touch by Bagley. Spokane have another throw as we tick through the final minute of first half normal time. It'll be Euler to deliver a long throw. To the legs of Sophia Braun from Torbert. Colton. It's expertly done by Euler to win possession back for Spokane, though. We'll reset it all the way back to Heisey. Well, no time added on. 45 minutes in, Spokane nil, DC Power nil, in a game that is finally balanced and level at the break.
I would like to see DC come out in this next 45 and push the pace a little bit more, start off the second half as the aggressors, and then Spokane, they're creating in so many different type of ways. Can they find the back of the net in the second half?
Well, no damage done in what has been a tactical stalemate for now, and a sense that the best is yet to come in the second half. Spokane Zephyr nil, DC Power FC nil at the break. We're back with a look back at the best of that opening 45 right after this.
Prinks tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines, from early mornings to late nights, from fun with friends to winner takes all, from the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks tires will be there for the long haul.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
I'm a real wild one.
Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a Bronco Sport Wild Edition for $339 a month for 36 months, or purchase with $3.9 for 36 and get $2,000 wild bonus cash.
Are we retiring? Welcome back. It is halftime at One Spokane Stadium. It is fairly level both in the flow of the game and on the score sheet, where it's Spokane 0, DC Power 0 at halftime. Scan now and you'll win one of 20 unique restaurant discounts. Thank you to Caroso's, the Burger Dock, Flat Stick Pub, Casa Tap House, Konala, People's Waffle House, People's Waffle, and Method Juice Cafe. Again, scan now. So here's some news and notes from around Gainbridge Super League Match Week 20. Time for us to take a quick time out. We're back with more after this as we get set to look back at the best of the opening 45 minutes. Second half is on the other side. Stay with us. Welcome back. No goals yet, but not for a lack of chances. 11 first half shots from Spokane, 9 from DC Power, and both sides looking for their first breakthrough in this contest. Here's a look back.
Walker couldn't time it just enough, and DC was continuing to knock on the door as that half was going on. No expected goals from them, but close opportunities.
So a gorgeous spring sky in downtown Spokane. No goals yet, but look at the number of chances, 20 between them. Shots on target, slight edge to Spokane. Possession split fairly evenly as well.
Yeah, and as that half got on, you saw just a shift in balance between these two teams that ended evenly, as you're seeing here from the stats that back that up. It's going to be a very decisive second half. Both of these teams wanting to score here.
And worth noting, decent saves from both Hope Heisey and Gottschalk to keep it at 0-0. It's been two decent teams, two good teams, canceling each other out in the course of these first 45 minutes. Well, we suspected the best is yet to come, and the second half is about to get underway. We're going to step aside for a quick break. We're back with more after this as we get the second half in motion in Spokane.
For more information, please visit their website at www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www.www
as night descends in Spokane, Washington. No goals yet between Spokane and DC Power in this Match Day 23 contest. We're glad you're with us for Gainbridge Super League action. Zephyr fans, scan the QR code for a chance to win a $100 gift card to Rosar's Supermarkets, official grocery store of your Spokane Velocity and Zephyr FC. So, Power FC making a substitution for the start of the second half. It's the introduction of their top scorer, Gianna Gorley. 8 goals on this season. Has been on something of a goal drought, 6 games since last finding the back of the net, but undoubtedly a dangerous player coming on to take on Spokane.
Absolutely, and then when you put her up there with Walker and Torbert as well, who have really been demanding in that first half of the opportunities their team had, it's going to be an interesting second half with her, knowing that she wants to break that streak and put her team ahead as well.
Lexi Fraley exits the contest as Gorley replaces her. And it is Power FC set to kick off the second half, moving from right to left on your screen. Fraley was often working in the wide areas, particularly this near side against Euler. We'll see how Power FC's shape changes with the substitution as Gorley, more of an out-and-out striker, steps in. There's Cummings. It's a wonderful ball by Cummings out of the back to find Abera, lifted over the top for Walker. Walker in the stride. It's Alyssa Walker, slotted past Hope Heisey, and barely out of the locker room. DC Power find the breakthrough. Wonderful connectivity, direct and lethal in the approach.
And what a way to start the second half, right? This ball, just a beautiful from Sid Cummings, and then Abera to play it quickly to Walker, who was just exploiting that back line. They were caught flat, 1v1 against Hope Heisey. That one just went right through her legs, just used her pace there to continue running, no matter if the flag went up or not. And you talk about those big 5 moments of a soccer match, the start of a half, the end of a half, or big moments of stoppage in a game. Those 5 minutes after that are the biggest moments where goals happen. And Alyssa Walker just proved that stat right.
A wonderful sequence all around, but the pass from the captain out of that back line, Sid Cummings breaking through lines, and Power FC powered through.
And with the change of Gorley, now Walker is on that right side going against Euler over there on the wing. Gorley on the left for DC.
Basically a front 4.
Yep.
Gorley, Torbert, Abera, and Walker. Tell you what, whatever Omid Namasi said in the halftime break, whatever tactical wrinkles he introduced, they had an immediate effect.
Now with them up.
Ole. Ginger Fontenot.
Now with them up 1-0, you're seeing the more expansive shape that they're playing with. And Hope Heisey had that ball at her feet. Abera was on the 18-yard box line, just putting that pressure in the first half. They were allowing them to build out, not putting that immediate press on them. DC changing it up here in the second half, trying to take the game to Spokane.
5th goal of the season for Walker, and Power FC are looking for more. Pass left behind Torbert. Gainer. Gorley, first touches for Gorley. Denied by Haley Thomas. Solano now with a long switch for Zierenberg. Isolated that wide. Fontenot continues her run. Streaking into the 18, pulled back for Solano and anticipated by Cummings, who was there to cut it out.
Zierenberg there had a couple different options. The angle for herself wasn't cut off yet to take that shot. You can see she has the time and space as that ball, or as her defender was coming over in Mackey. Sid Cummings, the captain, doing a very good job of cutting out that run from Solano and not allowing that ball to get to her feet.
This is the ICCU Corner Kick, your financial success fan club. First corner of the second half for Spokane. Once again played short. And once again to Euler, driven into the 18. Strong in the air, that time from Gottschalk, who holds on. Torbert. Tisha Torbert is marked closely by Fontenot. Maki. They could hardly have asked for a better start to this second half. Power FC, they were the side that had grown into the opening 45, probably finished that first half better than Spokane. And carried that momentum onto the score sheet. This is Gaynor. Strong tackle by Colton. Jaskiniak left her pass a little slack. Back to Hope Heisey. Not a lot more you can ask of Heisey. She was one-on-one against Walker. Walker has the entirety of the goal to aim for.
Yep.
It's a tough position for a goalkeeper to be in.
Especially with how far Alyssa Walker had ran with the ball. Basically through her entire half.
Abera. Dispossessed by Sarah McCoy.
There's not really a way you can position yourself as a goalkeeper in that situation, but the composure from a forward to finish in that scenario is huge. And
Walker basically passed it into the back of the net.
It's all about the finish. It doesn't have to be as powerful, and with Hope Heisey, you know, her reactionary saves and the way that she can just jump like a cat is exceptional. So you wanted that to be on the ground if you're Walker.
Zephyr fans, stay warm and scan now to enter into the holiday heating and HVAC sweepstakes. This is Bagley combining with Colton. Last touch by Jasinek, and Power FC will have a throw. Walker had a goal for Power FC against Sporting Jacksonville in that February 7th win. Found the back of the net again against Brooklyn in a 2-0 victory, and potentially, for now, the would-be game winner away to Spokane. Solano settles for Spokane. Fontenot. Torbert just getting in her way. It's a wonderful tackle by Torbert. Goes back in possession now. Justina Gaynor. Through ball is threaded in, intended for Loza Abera. Responses needed from the home side as Spokane for the moment have dropped behind Power FC in the live standings. Remember, there was only 2 points separating them going into this game, and Power FC do have a game in hand. Tori Zierenberg with Solano in support. Fontenot making the run at the near side, and Zierenberg took it herself.
Solano was calling for that ball to be slipped in behind the back line, but they were just so tight in how they were running at each other that it wouldn't have made sense. Zierenberg just decided to take that herself because the window opened up after Solano ran and took the defender away. But again, they had Fontenot just outside of the back line, unmarked. She was a little bit behind the play, so it had to roll that ball in perfectly, but a clear chance on goal.
This one played into space for Gorley, has Torbert inside. Gianna Gorley plus to her right foot. Gorley is denied, point blank, and Torbert there to put it back. It's 2-0 Power FC. Downhill football, a direct approach from DC Power on both goals.
Goal for DC, number 18.
And what a finish by Deja Torbert. Gorley gets this ball in the box, and everyone from Spokane is so focused on her, they don't see Deja Torbert. Nobody was marking as that ball was deflected off of McCoy. She's there like she always is to collect anything second ball and puts that one away seamlessly. And if Gianna Gorley's not going to score it, she's definitely going to be a part of it, as that first shot was deflected for Deja Torbert.
Third goal of the season for Torbert. Suffered a serious knee injury back in 2022. Deja Torbert more in a moment as Walker now on the front foot. Oilers scrambles back, delivered back post looking for Ibarra. But it's been an inspirational story for Torbert and getting back into the form that she's in now after that bad injury some years ago, the ACL, meniscus, MCL tear. Missed nearly 2 years of action. Actually returned at the start of this year, started against Carolina, was instantly hurt again, and it took some time to get back onto the pitch. But she's now healthy and confident again and banging in goals, number 3 of the season.
She's relentless in her pursuit of wanting to be on the field, wanting to be an impactful player for her team, and without her even being on the score sheet tonight, she has been so impactful in this game, and the way that she works up and down this left flank. She's in the middle of the pitch as well, doing the defensive work in the shape of her team, not allowing Spokane to get through, but when she gets the ball at her feet as well, it's magic. And again, the composure in the 18-yard box for DC has just proven why they're ahead in this game.
Second half, 5 shots from Power FC, and they found the back of the net with 2 of them. Gorley. Just come in with a sense of determination off the bench.
And you mentioned their shots on target 5 and the 2 goals 2. This is something that Obed Namazi needed his team to do. They had so many chances against Carolina to put the game away, put goals away, and they just could not find the back of the net. Head coach Philip Poole from Carolina told Obed Namazi that they should have been up 3-0 at halftime. And maybe they even deserved to win that game, and he wanted to right that in this match.
It's an interesting game, that 11:30 a.m. kickoff in the nation's capital, the field trip day in DC. It's a good service into the heart of the area. Ibarra was closest to it for Power FC. Things stand as we tick toward the hour mark. Power FC are working on what would be their first ever win over Spokane. They've got a 2-goal cushion, courtesy of Alyssa Walker and Deja Torbert. Neat touch by Fontenot. Sent away by Page. Knox battling with Colton, and Colton wins the battle. Bit of space here for Walker. Euler showed too much of the ball to Walker that time. Look at Zerberg scrambling back to help in defense. Read off nicely for Fontenot, splits a double team. She's brought down by Cummings, who is on a yellow card. Picked up a yellow in the 41st minute, Cummings.
She has to be careful there. Obviously accidental, but she is sitting on that yellow card, and she just mistimes the touch from Fontenot there, and that's close. You never know how a ref was feeling that day. They might give that a second yellow.
You know, referee Caitlin Townbridge opting to just award the free kick to Spokane. Good fortune attempt for DC Power. So Reese Tappan stands over the ball. Flung in toward the back post. It's a good delivery that drops in back there for Solano. But difficult to redirect. Zephyr fans, get match ready with the latest Zephyr merchandise. Shop online or at the team store at the Davenport Grand Hotel in Spokane. I might get one of these lilac kits for myself.
I know, I love the color.
Page. Gorley now lifted into space for Walker to run in behind, and just beyond her reach. Obera, he's slow to get up. So as Zephyr gets some attention, it looks as though Nicole Lukic is lining up a couple of changes, her first substitutions of the match. Hour gone, half hour to play, and a 2-0 lead for DC Power. A result that would work out nicely for Dallas, who are in fourth. Work out nicely for DC Power, who would leapfrog Spokane to fifth.
And in a league that's so competitive, every night you never know who could win a game. We're getting to that point of the season where you have to be grinding out these games to get points and not just ties, but wins. DC is in a position where they need these 3 points, especially away from home. It would be a huge win for Oben Damazi and his team. And they have come out here in the second half and looked on fire, really carrying how they ended the first half into the second 45.
Well, they're enjoying themselves. DC Power, they've been road warriors this season.
Yeah.
Making themselves at home in the Pacific Northwest. Spokane trying to lock it now for this final half an hour. Gonna get some fresh legs. Lozabera is okay to continue. It'll be a triple substitution for Spokane. We'll see Charlie Boone step in relief of Sophia Braun. Maya Hansen will take over from Ginger Fontenot. And Katie Murray, in her second appearance back from injury, will slot in place of Felicia Knox.
The Spokane team, they need energy, they need fresh legs right now. Playing with a little bit more intensity, a little bit more, I don't want to say panic at all, but they know that they have to get 2 goals back in this game and they haven't had the opportunities that they were having in the first half.
Really from about 10 to 15 minutes remaining in the opening 45 minutes. The power balance changed, for lack of a better term, as DC Power have grown into this.
I saw what you did there.
Slack touch, first touch of the game for Maya Hansen. Obera now into the middle. Holton didn't hear the footsteps of Zierenberg. Poked it loose. Obera for Page on the near side. Loza Obera. combination to find Torbert between the lines. Maybe rushing her across this time, Torbert. We'll scan now your latest ticket deals for Spokane Zephyr FC.
After Deja Torbert shot that ball, she was walking gingerly.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if it was a footwear malfunction or if she had a little bit of a limp.
It looked more like a limp from her after that shot was originally taken.
There's the confirmation that she's not feeling all that comfortable at the moment. Possibly a cramp. Torbert with their third goal of the season and Power FC's second of the match. They're going to go out of the locker room, basically. Walker in the 46th minute. They doubled that lead 10 minutes into the second half for Torbert. And here comes Spokane in search of a response. Zierenberg, Jaskinek into the 18, onto her left. Tried to poke that forward. It's off target in the end. It'll lead to a goal kick for Gottschalk. Lumberbeer Brewing is proud to be the preferred craft brewery partner of USL Spokane. Visit our downtown tasting room for expertly brewed craft beer and food at 25 East 3rd Avenue, open 7 days a week. Thomas has won that back. Here's Solano from outside the area for Hansen near side, working against Page. Page committed to the challenge, and that ball did touch off of Hansen. It's a goal kick.
Spokane fans not happy with that call, but I'm going to agree with the ref there. Page just perfectly timed that tackle and got the deflection for her team.
And Page is what a throw. Did really well there to win the ball back for Power FC. But has given it straight back. Hansen now. Here's Sarah McCoy. Tapping. Euler dropping back into a back three. So Euler now making her way forward. And so with Braun out, no longer dropping in between the two center backs to build out of the back, we saw Euler dropping to help with the build-up. Jaskinek. Allowed to turn here. Still Jaskinek. And Maya Hansen's effort. Haley Thomas flying up on this near side. Fails to connect. So Spokane will make another change. Their fourth substitution is Ali Cook is stepping into the contest. 4 goals this season for Ali Cook, and she'll take over from Emma Jaskinek, so a striker in for a midfielder.
Ali Cook, who in her first game back last Saturday against Brooklyn, played minimal minutes, still working her in from injury. They're going to want to need her out there. They're going to want to see her out there on the pitch tonight, just create for Spokane up top. They really need her ability to finish in front of net to come out in this game. And then her link-up play as well with the midfield is going to help them so much, just add more bodies into the 18.
Yeah, talk about bodies, there are a number of them now. Cook, Hansen, Solano, and Zierenberg, all in the Spokane attack. Gorley now getting in behind. Charlie Boone chasing her down. Gorley trying to bend it in. It's slapped wide by Heisey. Two standout players, and both equal to the task.
You can just see her wanting to score so bad, and her teammates knowing it was coming. Charlie Boone didn't cut her off at all when she was trying to recover and allowed that space for Gorley to try to bend it in the back post. Reese Tappan was coming over, but it just wasn't quick enough.
This is an ICCU Credit Union corner kick. As Cummings may get a second chance at this. Walker. Zierenberg there to send it away. First touch for Ali Cook in traffic, deep in her own half. What a touch by Solano to settle. And then clattered into Torbert. Walker tried to play from memory, but she misremembered. Abera wasn't there. Cummings doing it all. She was involved in the attack earlier and scrambles back to put out the fire on the other way.
If you blink, she's on one side of the pitch, and if you blink again, she's on the other. That's what you need out of your captain.
Space and time on the ball here for Torbert. It's cut out by Euler. Namazi lining up his second substitution of the game with 20 minutes remaining, and Power FC leading it 2-0. Zierenberg draws the foul. And this will allow Hannah Richardson to check in. All right, to quickly restart it. It's Ali Cook out wide now against Kikimaki. Was in line for a winning debut 2 days after signing her first professional contract. Cook splits the double team, delivered to the back post, and watched out by Gottschalk, never under threat. So now
Substitution for DC in the 71st
Hannah Richardson to check in.
Leaving the match, number 30,
Harney.
Abera. Entering the match, number 17, Hannah Richardson.
Harney on for her second, rather 8th appearance of this season. Most of her work has been off the bench for Power FC. Former Lexington player, both she and Justina Gaynor coming over from Lexington in January. It's nice to have friends in the locker room.
Oh, absolutely. It makes the transition from different teams so much smoother when you have a buddy to do it with, and it's new to it as well.
Ali Cook gets away from Cummings. Cook on her left. Showing plenty of grit and determination with fresh legs off the bench. Good ball for Gorley. Looking once more against Thomas. Gorley drops her shoulder. Showed too much of the ball to Haley Thomas that time. Little stay Power FC ball. DC have a throw. And Spokane's half. Back into the Page. Gorley pouncing on the loose ball. Gorley goal bound! And Heisey with an easy save in the end. Top for Solano. Gottschalk is out. Solano goal bound and cleared off the line by Page, who scrambles back, fire hose in hand to put out the fire. Ali Cook again creating from the midfield.
And again, Page just coming over and saving that one after it was just bounced by Gottschalk. Solano just tried to, similar to how Jaskinik tried to score in that first half with the outside of her foot with the little flick. But Page using her speed to clear that one away. And the clean sheet alive.
This is the ICCU corner kick. In swinger, the heart of the area, and Walker rising to meet it in the air. Euler put back into the danger zone. Solano settles it into stride. Poked loose by Torbert. Excellent defending by Torbert. Colton now. Harney against Euler. Squeezes the cross in. Back post. Walker was closest to it. Not close enough. Well, Zephyr fans, scan the QR code for your chance to win a $100 gift card to Rosar Supermarkets, official grocery store of your Spokane Velocity and Zephyr FC. Quarter of an hour remains and no change to the scoreline. 2-0, courtesy of Walker and Torbert. Murray. Here's Boone. Ali Cook. A lot of work to do from here for Ali Cook. Solano slipped through for Hansen. Hansen's denied by Cummings, who came across the block. Thomas delivers. Back post Zarenberg. He overruns it. And Bagley able to send that forward. Long switch of play and a good one to Hansen. Gorley with a defensive effort to win it back. Has Alyssa Walker in support. And had her pocket picked by Maya Hansen. Pumping to space now as Ali Cook makes a run forward. Gottschalk alert to the danger. Comes off her line to meet it.
A good idea by Spokane to try to get that one quickly off the transition, but Gottschalk was in a perfect position near the top of the 18 to scoop that one up.
Now Gorley isolated on this near side. Battling with Haley Thomas, who is last to touch it and will stay DC power ball.
Seen a little bit of gamesmanship here from Paige, as she'll elect to just walk to get her own ball here, knowing that Spokane is knocking on the door, wanting to get a goal or two back in this match. Wanting to shave as much time off the clock as she can.
There's Walker, Torbert, Page. Closed down by Solano, gets her cross in. Heisey there to collect. Spokane trying to break out quickly with Ali Cook on the front foot. Against Cummings and Kikimaki. Maki, who's able to roll it back for Gottschalk.
And that quick transition from Hope Heisey just punting the ball all the way up to Ali Cook is something that they've worked on, as her being their first attacker, wanting to get the ball up the pitch higher with her from the jump. And Ali Cook was 1v1 up there up top, just couldn't get the right look on it. They played a friendly against the Utah Royals in that month break they had in between the Carolina and Brooklyn matches. This is Spokane, and it actually led to one of their goals was Hope Heisey punting the ball up to the forward.
Here's Solano riding the challenge of Page. Ball into the area in the end. Yeah, ideally, you'd want your goalkeepers to have that progression of closest to the goal would be the best option. If that's not there, work your way back. And Heisey was very quick to identify Ali Cook.
And if Ali Cook's isolated with anybody, you might as well give her the ball and give her a shot.
There's Power FC, Walker on the near side, Gorley making the run. Walker will take it herself. It's a kind bounce for Power FC. Bagley now in the middle, Torbert on her right, laying it off. Harney on her left. Her effort blocked. Gordy keeps it alive. Christina Gaynor. Into the 18 now on her right. It's Gaynor who squeezes a shot in. Laying it off. Harney has that effort blocked. Really struggling to get the ball out of that final third. Spokane, as Ali Cook is fouled by Colton, and the home side has a chance to breathe. Well, the Gainbridge Super League season is in full swing. Visit GainbridgeSuperLeague.com for all the latest information, analysis, and insight into all things Gainbridge Super League. It's won by Cummings in the air. Good switch of play to find Zierenberg out wide. Working against Bagley. Zierenberg. Her cross is in for Ali Cook. And pulled back, palmed away by Gottschalk. Torbert finally clears the danger. Thomas. Flighted into the 18 now. Solano was running onto it before Gottschalk collected on the bounce.
Spokane has the right ideas. They're creating the opportunities for themselves. DC is just selling out for this clean sheet and to hold on to this win. You can see how much the work that has been put into this game means to them, with saves off the line and Gottschalk making that one-handed save there as well.
Harney is whistled for the foul here. Drawn by Euler. Full credit to DC Power in a game where for most of the opening half they were on the back foot. Spokane was looking coherent, strong, likely to score. They wrestled back control, and in the course of the second half they have not given it back. Ali Cook now. Patience in her dribble. Solano.
Deja Torbert just continues to get up from tackles a little bit gingerly. Still looks uncomfortable when she's running as well.
Zierenberg delivers her cross. That's left on the doorstep. Boone will roll it back. And headed goal bound by Haley Thomas. Gottschalk squeezing every second off the clock. Feels as though DC Power have managed the game well, but they're starting to give it away now in their own half. And winning it back, here's Gaynor.
Thankfully won it back too, because Page playing that ball and giving away in such a part of the field, you cannot do at this point in the game.
Here's Gorley, near side again, working against Thomas. Gorley into the area. Her left foot trying to pull it back. She's won a corner kick. This is the ICCU Corner Kick, your financial success fan club. It's Jenna Gorley, happy to keep the ball close to Hope Heisey's goal. Numbers are still fairly even between these two sides. In terms of expected goals, it's 1.61 for Spokane, 1.66 for DC Power. Spokane have a narrow edge in shots 17 to 16. This ball swung in back post, and Walker heads it wide. Took a deflection off of a Spokane player, so another corner, rinse and repeat from the opposite flag. So the quantity and quality of chances has been more or less the same, but second half, edge goes to DC Power, and they've got the goals to show for it.
You've seen this, the way that they have kept the ball and won it back when they haven't had it has been a completely different level than what they were doing it in the first half. Picking and choosing their moments more in the first half, being the aggressors now in the second.
Dead ball opportunity, outswinger. To the edge of the 6-yard box. Heisey hangs on. And had to. Walker and Cummings were there. Zierenberg. Euler. Murray. Allie Cook now working on this near side. Gets her cross in, bouncing in front of Gottschalk. Gathers it up.
Great work by Gottschalk to just smother that ball as it was coming into her. Those bounces right before it lands in your hands can go any way. And Lena Solano was threatening there for Spokane as well.
Cook commits the foul here. She brings down Emily Colton. Well, substitution coming up for Spokane. It'll be their 5th and final change of the match, and it's the introduction of the Brazilian Thais Reese.
Number 7, Kelsey Euler. Entering the match, number 30, Thais.
So Thais Reese will check in. She replaces Kelsey Euler, who's run herself ragged on that left flank.
She has put in a complete shift tonight for Spokane, and she was dealing with Fraley in the first half or Walker in the second. She has really done as much as she can for the Spokane side, facilitating that attack as well, not just doing the defensive work, but up the flank in the attacking half as well.
Thais Reese, through injury, has been limited to just 36 minutes this season. This will be her 3rd cameo appearance of the campaign. Maya Hansen. Thomas. Hansen looking to return the ball to Cook. Thomas is there to win it back for Spokane. Good delivery for Hansen at the edge of the area. Marked closely by Page. Hansen gets that cross in for Cook. She took a stab at it. Just couldn't catch it cleanly. Kept in by Gorley, who's won a throw-in.
And what a great cross by Hansen to get that in. Page has been doing such a good job in that 1v1 duel and has to go to ground to get it across. We'll take another look at it here. Just whips her body all the way around it, and Allie Cook just tried to save it as much as she could and wasn't really prepared for the level of which it was coming in.
It was a dangerous searching ball in.
Yes.
And there were plenty of players around it. Cook was just closest to it. Offside flag is up. We'll stay up to date with the Gainbridge Super League. You can sign up for the Super newsletter, get news about your favorite team, and stories from around the league delivered directly to your inbox every week. Sign up at GainbridgeSuperLeague.com/newsletter. Here's Hansen again. This time dispossessed by Page. Gorley. That's wonderful footwork from Gianna Gorley, and she wins a foul and a free kick. You know, she's been easy to find. She's been tucked in to this near wing the entire time. They know exactly where the outlet pass is.
They want to feed Gorley. Not only is she had the ability to score, but she's the pace to get the ball higher up the pitch and the link-up play with the others that she has around her, in Deja Torbert and Walker as well, have really allowed DC to open up in how they attack and confuse a little bit of Spokane.
Walker sneaking in behind Heisey, losing sight of it for a moment. Seconds left of the 90 minutes. Allie Cook a long way away from goal. Battling with Page, finds Hansen. Zierenberg. It's well defended by Bagley. No way through. Now it's Zierenberg who has a little bit of a limp. Torberg. Gorley. That's a good switch of play to find Hardy out wide. Walker leading the line. Looking for the angle here. Did she catch the upright? It's a goal kick. How close was that from Hardy?
And if she could add a third, it would be door slamming for DC. She just has so much room and space to run. Why not take the shot feeling confident? Just misses.
Look out, it's over the bar by Walker. Excellent opportunity to double her tally, but it gets under the ball. This half stoppage time is presented by Rosar Supermarkets. That gesture from Walker as much to herself as to her teammates. Settle down.
She got that ball in open space and tried to just redirect it, but there was so much time in the box. Touches could have been had and a better opportunity on goal, but
Race is fouled. Spokane free kick.
DC just continues to have more of the opportunities here in this second half. You can see a little bit Spokane's level drop as this half has gone on.
Harney could have made it 3.
Yeah.
Walker could have made it 3. There have been opportunities there to widen the lead, but they continue to have the better quality of chances in this second half. Listed into the area by Heisey, and the foul is whistled against Grace Tappan. For Spokane, this will be their 8th defeat of the season. They will stay on 25 points. Power FC would improve to 26 points and pick up what would be their 6th victory of the campaign and their 5th away from home. Race commits the foul this time. She takes down Gorley. Halfway through time added on. 4 minutes is a minimum.
Right before that last play, Kiki Mackey was getting stretched out by her teammates, maybe dealing with a little bit of cramping as well. Your first game as a professional soccer player, getting called on to play 90 plus minutes after getting signed 2 days ago. I can understand.
90 minutes away to Spokane.
Right?
And a clean sheet to boot.
I think that's a complete week right there.
She's had worse.
Yeah.
Boone. The effort from Harney late in the game, trying to add to this tally. Here's Boone on the ball. Katie Murray. Numbers forward, it's Ali Cook in possession now. She's got Hansen. Gorley. Throws quickly in. Murray streaking into the 18, square ball back. Dealt with by the debutant. Ali Cook, maybe out of frustration. It's a very hopeful hit from distance. Now Boone. Zierenberg into the 18. It's Race who pulls it back, looking for Tori Zierenberg. Well defended again by Power FC. Harney now in a wide open game with Spokane stretched and Walker in support. Gorley also bursting along to get there. Almost pulled back into the 6 and The chances gone begging as Spokane scrambled back in time. Reese Tappan denies. Beyond the 4 minutes added on now. Corner kick for Power FC.
That was great work by Reese Tappan to just delay the run of Harney as that was coming in. With time and space for Miles and opportunities on that back post.
You can see the intention from Harney. She was trying to find Gorley, so we can run at the back post. So this is why they haven't blown the final whistle yet. But all in all, this is a reflection of what we talked about at the start of the broadcast. DC Power have been putting up positive performances and maybe too often not coming away with all 3 points. Today they've put it together after something of a slow start to the opening half. It's been a fairly dominant performance in the second stanza away from home.
They've absolutely grown into this game as it has gone on. They've never taken their foot off the gas pedal once and just continued to figure Spokane out. They allowed them to keep the ball a lot in their own defensive half, and then when they would pick the ball up, go straight to goal. And then coming into the second 45, DC was just been all over Spokane in every facet of the game.
So there is Kikimaki, the debutante, fresh off of her first performance, who officially won't go down as a total 90 as she's going to be replaced by Madison Mernon, but we'll give it to her.
We'll give it to her, 90 plus.
The Jacksonville native Madison Mernon checks in at the death. And swinger toward the penalty spot. It's nudged away. Walker trying to keep it alive, finds Gaynor. Slip through for Page. Gorley. That's Harney on the near side against Solano. How about the defensive effort from the striker, Solano? Holton now. Here's Walker. And there's the final whistle. DC Power come away with their 5th win of the season away from home, their 6th overall, and they leapfrog Spokane into 5th place on the live table, knocking on the door to the postseason going down this final stretch. The goals by Alyssa Walker and Deja Torbert in the second half get the job done for Power FC.
And what a response from their game against Carolina, where they really felt like they should have got something out of that game. They come here on the road across the country to Spokane and decisively win this game, putting away their chances. Yes, they had a ton more than 2, but they showed what this team has the potential to be, and Open Namazi going to leave Spokane a happy man.
Yeah, complete performance for Namazi's side as they take all 3 points and a clean sheet for McKenna Gottschalk in goal. The final score from One Spokane Stadium, Spokane 0, DC Power FC 2. And tonight's play of the match is brought to you by Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Hope Heisey coming up with a big stop here tonight, Deja Torbert.
Doing what she has to do for her team. Deja Torbert, who hits this ball pretty hard as it was coming down off of her foot, uses her momentum, but Hope Heisey just pushing that one away. And it kept this game 0-0 early or later on in that first half where DC was trying to gain momentum.
Well, she was kept out there, but Deja Torbert did score 10 minutes into the second half. Her 3rd goal of the season, put the game out of reach for Spokane. A 2-0 win for DC Power. We're back after a quick break to wrap things up. Well, the DC Power huddle is a vibe as they celebrate a 2-0 victory away to Spokane Zephyr. Goals by Alyssa Walker and Deja Torbert. 2-0 and all 3 points.
All the way from behind the play, just continued to follow the ball and put this one away after that second opportunity, and really just killed the momentum for Spokane in that moment. They really controlled the game the rest of the way.
So 5th goal of the season for Walker, the 3rd of the campaign for Deja Torbert. Here's a look at the simple numbers. A lot of chances on both ends, lots of shots on target as well. Both goalkeepers busy. And in the end, 2-0 to DC Power.
And everything else, it was a pretty even match in terms of possession and opportunities, like you said, for both sides. But DC just put away their opportunities, something that they absolutely had to get done after that game against Carolina.
It's a big win to get back on the W column for Omid Namazi's side. DC Power knocking on the postseason door now, just one spot back of Dallas for that all-important last playoff ticket. The final score one final time. Spokane 0, DC Power 2 with Walker and Torbert on the score sheet for the visitors. For Jade Barquette, I'm Dre Cordero. Thanks as always for joining us on the Gainbridge Super League on Peacock.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.